Good afternoon, everybody. Let me take you on a journey. Remember what you were doing at 15? I mean, really think about it. Footloose and fancy free. Now, I'm going to take you on another journey. Imagine being 15 and pregnant. A whole human being you getting ready to have to be responsible for. But God knows a plan. 415 North 20th Street, off of Atchison, Trevor Heights. That's where my journey really began. From the ages of 12 to 15, my personal story, being a youth, at odds with my mother. I didn't understand it at the time, but those footprints would lead up to big steps along the way. I knew she did the best that she could. She was a functioning alcoholic with her own heartbreak. She could only do the best she could. My dad was popped around every 2 weeks, 2 weeks in the summer, or every other week, 2 weeks in the summer. He did the best that he could with the tools that he had to. But during those moments, I didn't know what to do. I was looking for love and validation in all the wrong places, found myself in trouble, in and out of Franklin County Juvenile, and so much more. Anything that you could think of, I was doing it. But then lo and behold, two people came together for a great creation. My now 26-year-old daughter. I found out I was pregnant at 15, and my life, I knew I wanted to do something different. I didn't know exactly what was going to happen, how it was going to happen, but I knew that I was not going to allow her to go through the things I went through. And God had a ram in the bush. And it was a family friend of mine. She was actually my aunt's best friend. I'm going to need y'all to say, hey, auntie.
Hey, auntie.
So no, Angela Bassett is not my auntie. Neither is she from Wakanda, but she from Atchison too. Her name is Angela. And I call her Aunt Angie. During that time, she was also my hairstylist. And I never forget, I was in such shame because I knew what my family and the society around me was saying. All the statistics, dropping out of school, having another baby, staying bound to the projects that I was growing up in. But my Aunt Angie, she seen something different in me. Those appointments, those biweekly appointments made the world of difference in my life from 15 to 18. She was speaking life into me and she didn't even understand it. She was telling me that I'm not a victim of my circumstance, only if I choose to be. She was telling me that I can break generational curses, that it's up to me to create a narrative for my daughter. And I didn't know it then, and I'm not even sure if she knows it, but she was a mentor to me. She was transforming my life and also using her story, because not only did I realize how much we had in common, she was a young mom. She too was coming out of an unhealthy relationship. She too was trying to do something different for her daughter. By the time I left with her, every time I would feel like I gained more power, I gained more sustainability, I gained more traction up under my feet. I knew that I was going to do different with my child. From 15 to 18, just being under her wisdom changed the trajectory for me. And now I get to do this every day of my life. 365 days a year, I get to work with some phenomenal Black and brown girls. I get to tap into my Aunt Angie. And it means the world to me. The work that I do, I couldn't do had it not started in me first. Somebody had to be a mentor to me first. So I don't take it lightly that this opportunity to serve our community is not by chance. It was my destiny. With that being said, in Franklin County alone, we have 3 to 5 Black girls who struggle with depression and anxiety. And that comes through from behavior of being disruptive in school, fighting. Anything that I named to you about me in the beginning, that's exactly what you see our girls doing today. And I take pride in knowing the fact that if I can make it through, they can make it through. So I charge you to pay attention to the signs that you see in young people, especially Black and brown girls. And we also see that this happens in women of color. Sleep deprivation, irritability, frustration, suicidal thoughts, and so much more, just to name a few. So be intentional about paying attention to the details, not so much the behavior. Sometimes when you look at a young person, understand that they're going through more than probably what they have the words to explain, because that was my story. I couldn't tell you that I was unhappy. I couldn't tell you that I was broken. I couldn't tell you that I came from an abused home. But at the end of the day, I still had to stand, and I still had to function in society. When is the last time you took a look at what a young person is really going through? I also want to just give you an opportunity to tap into your Aunt Angie. What can you do for your community to make it better? What can you do for a Black and brown girl to make it better? Because for me, I live by the pillars that was installed in me. One of them being a good listener. Most of the time, we never take the time to listen to a youth because we're taught old school. We know what's best. We just need you to behave. And that's not always right. So I take a time to make sure I listen. That's what makes me so good at my work. My girls tell me all the time, Miss Jamie, I feel like I could tell you anything. And I'm glad that we have a team that does the same thing. I get a chance to operate and cultivate more Aunt Angies to come alongside of me and do the work that I do. Be a good listener. Number 2, vulnerability. When is the last time you feel like you've been vulnerable with somebody? When is the last time you let them know about your transgressions? When is the last time you let them know, I'm going to be all right and you're going to be all right? I'm here today because I made some mistakes, but my mistakes did not define me. And then not only that, lastly, bravery. Bravery is what you see right here, 10 toes down, for real. Bravery is my family telling my kids I'm sorry when I don't understand all the right ways to parent. Bravery is showing up to therapy so I know that I can continue to do the work and heal. Bravery is still having conversations with my parents and letting them know about the childhood traumas that I still suffer from. I don't need you to be accountable, but I do need you to listen. So it's one of those things that at the end of the day, tap into your bravery. Let them know, let our girls know that you are here for them and that they need to be advocated for. They deserve a space to shine and thrive. We know that when Black girls are supported, that they uplift their communities. They're enrolling in colleges at high numbers. They're also creators, innovators, and teachers. You looking at my family, this is my biggest bravery ever. That 26-year-old is now a nurse. And most people said she gonna end up like her mama. They didn't know clearly that the favor of God is always on you. Somebody is always looking out for you. And let you be that somebody. I charge you all to be that somebody. In the words of my girl, Maya Angelou, people may forget what you said, people may forget what you did, but they will never forget how you made them feel.